Welcome to the Weyburn Rider Nation webcast. I'm Rochelle.
I'm Nicole, and this is our very special friend, Bobby.
Hey.
That's my favorite part.
I love it. So, again, in the Weyburn Rider Nation, we've been all Riderville all the time for months now. So we want to do a little recap for you, just in case you missed a few things that we've been doing, and we have so many hours of footage that we just need to put somewhere because it's awesome. So we love it. So we sat down and talked about what we have in Weyburn that we wanted to show off and why we deserve to be Riderville, and we did our inventory, and we started talking about businesses and homes and schools that outfit themselves every year. There's always some crazy lunatic in the office.
At least one.
Yeah, that wants to get everybody on board. So we decided we needed to highlight that and let people know about the campaign and get everybody excited about it. So we started off with Rider Pride Day.
Yeah, and that was a whole day. And the premise of the day was just to celebrate who we are, what we do, what we're doing already, and just do it all. Make sure we're everybody on the same day. So first of all, the City of Weyburn officially signed the declaration that day.
Yeah.
That was fun with the mayor and city council, full support, of course. So that was very exciting.
Very cool.
And then we just put it out there. We just let people know this is the day, and let's see what happens,
Yep.
right?
We went on the radio in the morning and said, we're coming around, we want to see what you did, we want to start getting some footage for this video to send in for the Riderville contest. And so send us a text message and let us know what you're doing. And we got outside of the radio station and we had, what, like 12 text messages?
I think we had 12 in the first, well, when we got there, we had 12. And within the first 15 minutes, we had close to 27 text messages.
So we started driving.
So we started frantically driving in the rain with our green basket full of rider tattoos and anticipating maybe we'd have to, help people out. We might run into some people who said, oh, I forgot. No, not the case.
No.
Not the case. Everywhere we went, people were waving and yelling, Happy Rider Pride Day! It was like Christmas.
It was. I love it.
It was really fun.
It was good Christmas.
Yeah.
Better. And so we went to places like one of my favorites was Sir's Family Dental.
That was very cool.
That was cool. They changed their name to Riderville Family Dental, and everybody had their gear on, and even the dentists had their gear on.
And the whole place was decked out.
Yeah.
The walls, the desk, everything. The whole place was decked out.
Yeah.
As soon as we even walked into the lobby, there was things everywhere.
Yeah,
So
I hope we didn't scare any of the people. Well, and then we made everybody come out to take a picture. I hope we didn't leave anybody stuff in their mouth. But anyways, whatever. Sorry if we did, if it was you. But anyways, it was Christmas.
Yeah. What did I really like too? There were so many places that I really enjoyed. The co-op, of course, major supporters of the Saskatchewan Roughriders and one of the major sponsors for their centennial.
Yeah.
And same thing at the co-op when we got there. All the people working at the tills.
Yeah.
Up in the office, everyone had their offices decorated. The windows were painted. There was
balloons.
Yeah, balloons and streamers.
And the snowman that sits on top of the freezers had rider gear on. So tons of fun. We were just like, wow, I can't believe. Yeah, we knew that people were into it, but wow.
Yeah, like we said, we knew
awesome.
there was always at least one person at every business in Weyburn that was really a diehard. We had no idea that it was going to be, thousands of people that we discovered.
Honestly.
And the schools.
The schools,
all
awesome.
of our schools.
Yeah, they're tons of fun. They were outfitted. They always are, though, for game days, and they love to buy in. Spirit days at school, it's, whenever there's a chance to make it a Rider Pride Day, that's what they do.
Yeah,
right?
and that's just a little side story. Just reminds me, my son goes to school and they have different classes to pick different Pride days. And he came home really upset because apparently they couldn't have any more Rider Pride days. They needed to find something new to do. Because every time all the kids were like, Rider Day!
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. So and then the Weyburn Inline Terminal too I like because they had all their wigs on and they're very professional, right? They sell grain and buy grain and do stuff, and I don't know how they got away with doing that in wigs.
I just love to picture the big wigs there sitting up in their offices with their very important clients in like Calgary talking numbers while they're wearing like a giant tinfoil wig and their faces painted, and we're in the background with our ghetto blaster playing Green is the color. That was
very fun.
But I mean, we couldn't possibly name everywhere that we went to because it was It was insanity. And it was so, everywhere we went, we were overwhelmed everywhere. Farmers Save, I mean, we could list.
Yeah,
we could list
tons
so
of places.
many.
So yeah, and all the people too, everybody
homes.
individually. But then in the afternoon, yeah, that's when all the individuals got into it.
Yes.
Because we had Marcus Chunky Adams come to Weyburn and help us out to raise the flag in front of City Hall.
Yes.
And that was fun, and he enjoyed that. And then we did the Chunky Trotter. And so that was sort of a spin-off from something we do at Christmas with the radio station here. And what we did was we took them to different locations in the city, secret locations, and then we called into the radio station to tell people where we were. And then the first however many people that got there got to spend some time with Chunky and get an autograph and get some prizes and all that kind of stuff. And
we took them in the Camaro.
Oh,
Don't forget
the
that.
Ryder Green.
We took them in the Ryder Green Camaro. This
From
was another
Barbers.
example.
Yeah.
Barbers called and was like,
Promoters.
would you like to take our Camaro? Sure.
Let me think.
They're just, you know, everybody was so on board with the whole day, and
Yeah.
that was good. And for anyone who hasn't met Chunky, he was the best sport. I mean, literally to come here and have never met us, and apparently we can be a little bit overwhelming. I've heard. Bobby?
Yeah.
No, he's fine.
He's fine.
Chunky was amazing.
Yeah.
He was right on board with like, sure, where are you going to take me? What are we calling this? A Chunky Trotter? We had to explain Chunky Trotter. It may have been slightly offensive at first until there was some explanation of what exactly we were asking him to do.
So yeah, we did that, and people just like that created true insanity in our town.
Yes.
People, because it's pouring rain, of course, because it's pouring rain every day. So pouring rain, and people are running through the streets.
Literally, we were standing in City Hall with Chunky, and he was doing the classic like holding babies thing, because people were bringing all their babies and taking pictures. And we look out the window and we see people in the pouring rain running up the street. One poor gentleman, it was raining so hard he slid quite a distance. Chunky was like, oh no! It was so good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that was really when I really went, yep, this is for real.
Yeah, there's
These
no
people
question.
want in on this, and they will do anything just to breathe the same air as a Rough Rider. And so.
And it was all day and all night. I mean,
Yeah.
like again, we just put it out there, right? Like let's just take a day to really celebrate our pride. And the homes, I mean, we mentioned all the businesses, but people were calling us with my basement, my garage, so many things.
Everything.
And
So
I
that
know
sounds
there's
fun.
so many people we couldn't get to, and if you're watching, I'm so incredibly sorry.
Oh,
They're
you're
just,
so nice.
Well, there's not enough time, and I do feel bad. And
She does.
anyway, it was such a good day. And then that night we were, I mean, drenched and exhausted, and we'd had Rider Pride pizza with Chunky. There's terrible pictures if you've seen them. It was a lot of fun.
Maybe we should show some. Corey, let's show some.
That's
We'll
not
show one.
necessary.
We'll show one.
It's not
There's one special one.
Okay.
Anyways, so yeah, so we had Rider
completely
Pride
forgot.
pizza at Papa Jack's.
Yes,
They have
and-
their Rider Pride
yeah.
pizza menu. So we had the big chunky
The big
pizza.
chunky.
Surprisingly, all meat on that pizza. So we went and had that. We did have an all Dressler too, but he didn't want to have anything to do with that.
No.
So we did
celebrated.
that. We celebrated
all day.
It was tons of fun.
We finished. Chunky had to go home. We were soaking wet, and we thought, let's just go relax for a minute. And we went to a bar, and there was green and white shooters and green
again.
beer.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It was all night. It was everywhere. Everybody was wearing their gear, and it was just an amazing day.
So thanks everybody who participated
go Weyburn.
in Rider Pride Day. And for the record, we
are
are the Weyburn Rider Nation, and we
are
are Riderville.
Tonight's 20s on. You gotta hold on 1 minute. No problem.